Have you ever felt that, in order to lead successfully, you need to walk the tightrope between reason and emotion? How many times has an unexpected conflict or difficult personality within your team made you question your decisions? The truth is that this balance between logic and empathy can be the key to transforming your leadership and your team's dynamics. In today's video, I will reveal a powerful tool that can change the way you deal with these challenges: the law of balance. Discover how 5 Stoic strategies can help you make more assertive decisions while maintaining genuine communication with your team. Stay until the end and see how applying these strategies can not only resolve conflicts, but also strengthen your team's bonds and improve results. But what exactly is the law of balance? The law of balance is a powerful concept that, when applied correctly, can transform the way you lead your team. It is based on the idea that, as leaders, we cannot be guided solely by our emotions, nor should we make cold, distant decisions without considering the human impact. Instead, the key is to align reason and emotion in a way that both forces complement each other, rather than canceling each other out. This balanced approach allows us to make clearer, more informed decisions, while still maintaining the empathy needed to keep the team motivated and engaged. The law of balance is not just about finding the middle ground, but rather about integrating rationality with human understanding, creating a more effective and humane leadership style. Great leaders, like Nelson Mandela and Winston Churchill, exemplified this skill when making tough decisions, but always with a vision that considered both the emotional context and practical needs. The good news is that the law of balance can be learned and applied by any leader who is willing to improve. In the next segment, we'll explore some practical strategies to help you implement this concept in your daily routine, improving your communication and strengthening your team. Now that we understand what the law of balance is, it's time to put this concept into practice. Here are 5 strategies you can start applying immediately to balance reason and emotion in your leadership. Let's see how these approaches can transform your team's dynamic. Strategy 1. Take pauses before reacting. Impulsive reactions in moments of pressure can harm your leadership, as they rarely lead to constructive outcomes. The strategy of taking pauses is simple but very powerful. It works as a mental space between the emotional trigger and the reaction. During a moment of conflict or pressure, when you feel emotion taking over, take a pause before responding. This doesn't mean you should avoid taking action, but rather that you give yourself time to reflect and process the situation more rationally. By taking a pause, you avoid impulsive reactions that could be said or done hastily, which could damage your relationship with the team or the situation itself. This reflection space helps bring clarity to your thinking and allows you to make more objective decisions that address both logic and empathy. Imagine a team member arriving late to an important meeting. Upon arrival, they start apologizing and explaining the reason for their delay. Instead of reacting immediately by complaining about the failure and saying something like, "This is unacceptable," you take a pause. Take a deep breath and count to 5 to avoid making an impulsive judgment. After this pause, you can respond more calmly, saying, "I understand that unexpected things happen. Let's think of ways to avoid this situation in the future." This response not only allows you to remain calm, but also opens up space for a constructive conversation. Strategy 2. Practice active listening and show empathy. Active listening is an essential skill for any leader. It involves not just hearing what is being said, but also paying attention to nonverbal cues and underlying emotions. By practicing active listening, you show that you are genuinely interested in the other person's perspective and willing to understand their concerns and feelings. This builds trust and creates a more collaborative work environment. Additionally, by showing empathy, you validate the other person's emotions, which increases engagement and collaboration. When you practice active listening, you capture not only the words but also the feelings and intentions behind them. This allows you to better understand the other person's perspective, making it easier to find collaborative solutions. When you show empathy, you are not only listening but also acknowledging and validating the other person's emotions. This creates a more open and humanized work environment. Now imagine a team member is going through personal difficulties that are affecting their work performance. During a conversation with them, instead of pressuring them for results, you say, "I understand this has been a challenging time for you. How can I help you get through this situation at work?" By offering genuine empathy, you show that you care about the person as a whole, not just their performance. This can help relieve pressure and allow them to work in a more focused and calm manner. Strategy 3. Use open-ended questions to promote collaboration. One of the most effective ways to balance reason and emotion in leadership is by involving your team in the decision-making process. Instead of simply giving orders or ready-made solutions, encourage collaboration through open-ended questions. These questions allow team members to contribute their own ideas, bringing different perspectives and creative solutions to the problem. Additionally, using open-ended questions helps create a more inclusive and engaging environment, strengthening the relationship between leader and team. By using open-ended questions, you give the team the opportunity to get involved in problem-solving, increasing commitment and shared responsibility. By encouraging dialogue and idea exchange, you facilitate the emergence of more creative and balanced solutions, which can consider both emotional and rational aspects. During a meeting about a productivity issue, instead of simply saying, "Do this now," you could ask, "What options do you think we have to solve this problem?" This not only engages your team but also shows that you value their opinions, creating a collaborative environment. At the same time, you promote a balance between reason, problem-solving, and emotion, engagement and valuing others' ideas. Strategy 4. Maintain clarity in your expectations. Clarity in expectations is key to balanced leadership, as it helps avoid misunderstandings that can lead to frustration and conflicts. Clear and objective communication about what is expected from the team reduces the likelihood of miscommunication, while keeping the focus on the goals. However, this clarity should not be so rigid as to ignore flexibility or challenges that may arise along the way. It is important to be open to feedback and adjust expectations as needed, maintaining a balance between the final objective and the circumstances that emerge. When the team knows exactly what is expected of them, it becomes easier to achieve goals without misunderstandings. Although expectations should be clear, the leader must also be flexible enough to listen to the team and adjust expectations as needed. When delegating an important task, instead of simply saying, "This task needs to be completed by Friday," you can provide more context and space for dialogue. "We need to finish this project by Friday. Let me know as soon as possible if you encounter any obstacles that could delay progress. Let's plan the best way to ensure the deadline is met." This demonstrates clarity in expectations, but also openness for adjustments as necessary. Strategy 5. Develop emotional self-awareness. Emotional self-awareness is a fundamental skill for any leader who wants to effectively balance reason and emotion. It involves the ability to recognize your own emotions and understand how they influence your decisions and behaviors. When you develop emotional self-awareness, you can stay calm even in challenging situations, allowing for more balanced and rational leadership. Additionally, emotional self-awareness also helps recognize when your emotions are affecting your interactions, allowing for an adjustment in approach. Recognizing your own emotions helps prevent them from taking over your decisions, enabling you to handle difficult situations more balanced. By becoming aware of how your emotions influence your actions, you can adjust them and take a more objective and empathetic approach, even under pressure. Before a tense meeting, where the outcome may be decisive, take a moment to reflect on your emotional state. If you feel stressed or frustrated, acknowledge it and adjust your approach. You can remind yourself, "I'm feeling pressure, but I'll focus on a rational and empathetic solution for the team." This recognition allows you to act with more clarity and maintain emotional balance during the meeting. Balancing reason and emotion is undoubtedly the key to effective and empathetic leadership. As we've seen throughout this video, adopting strategies that promote a balance between these two aspects not only improves your communication skills, but also strengthens your team's dynamic. By applying practices such as active listening, conscious pauses, and clarity in expectations, you'll be creating a more collaborative and productive environment where tensions decrease and results increase. These strategies help transform you from a reactive leader into a reflective leader who knows how to act with both empathy and objectivity. It's not just about resolving conflicts, but about building a more united, motivated, and aligned team, which leads to a significant increase in productivity and engagement across the board. Remember, balanced leadership is an ongoing process, and by implementing these practices, you'll be on the right path to becoming a more effective and respected leader. If you enjoyed this content and are ready to apply these powerful strategies to your leadership, I've left a link in the description for you to check out the first video of the series. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video. And please, share this video with other leaders who you believe would benefit from these tips. Together, we can transform the way leadership is experienced in companies. See you in the next video.